Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Xbox On, and in this video we're going to go through everything that you need to know about one of the biggest games of the year, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 will once again be being developed by DICE, who made the first one, and of course one of the best games of 2016, Battlefield 1. Oh yeah, and we recently just got it confirmed that Star Wars Battlefront 2 is going to be 3 times bigger than Battlefront 1, which is absolutely insane, and you might get a little idea how during this video. First of all, one of the most exciting things for every Star Wars fan with Battlefront 2 is not just the obvious improvements DICE will have made to the multiplayer, but the inclusion of a single player campaign to help add to the incredible Star Wars universe. Now, you're probably thinking, like you do in most games, that you'll be playing from the point of view of the Rebel Alliance, but that's what makes Battlefront 2 so intriguing, because you won't. Instead, you'll be playing as Iden Versio, the commander of an elite Imperial unit who specialize as pilots and ground troops. The game is set just after the Death Star gets blown up at the end of episode 6, so during the story we'll get to discover exactly what went on between episode 6 and episode 7, The Force Awakens, from the Imperial's point of view. We also know that we'll be able to briefly take control of heroes such as Kylo Ren during the story, which might help us answer a few unanswered questions from the movies, as well as throwing him off a bridge a few times to revenge Han Solo. Now, I had to include this in the video because I think it's something we were really hoping was going to be in the first game, and that's space battles, which thankfully have been confirmed through the reveal trailer and the Star Wars Battlefront 2 website. We'll be able to weave between asteroids, fly across Imperial docks, and what sounds the most exciting is taking down massive capital ships, which might give us a similar experience to the original Battlefront 2 space battles, which is still one of my favorite gaming memories to date. However, we don't exactly know how it'll work just yet come release on November 17th, but we do know that it'll be a 24-player experience, so it could be quite similar to Fighter Squadron from Battlefront 1, though with a lot more in-game objectives. Next up is something that I find quite exciting because it's helping to add a whole new layer of depth to Star Wars Battlefront 2, and that's the inclusion of multiplayer classes. There are 4 different classes to choose from: Officer, Heavy, Assault, and Specialist, who will allow you to fill out certain roles on the battlefront. Though we don't know too much about each class just yet, we can however make a guess, like Heavy obviously using heavy weapons and so on. We also got to see this image, which was revealed alongside the announcement of Star Wars Battlefront 2's Elite Trooper Deluxe Edition, which gives us a bigger insight to the level of customization that we're going to get in Star Wars Battlefront 2 alongside the multiplayer classes. The first thing that you can pick up from the image is that we're going to have options to modify our weapons with things like a trigger modification that could increase the fire rate of a gun or make it burst fire rather than being an automatic blaster. Or what I found pretty cool is the addition of a new scope modification, as we already know that aiming down sights is going to be a bit more viable in Battlefront 2 compared to always playing in third person in Battlefront 1, so having better scopes or sights could be a big advantage in this year's game. A big thing I also picked up from this image is that you can also get ability modifiers with you getting things like the Personal Shield Epic ability modifier with the Elite Trooper Deluxe Edition. But does this mean that we could get different rarities of ability modifiers, as this is an epic modifier? Could there be common, rare, and so on, giving us something to work towards while playing Star Wars Battlefront 2? You're also going to get a whole range of customization through having different skins or theme looks for heroes, so it's sounding like we're going to be able to personalize our characters a little bit more in Battlefront 2 than the original. But obviously, one of the biggest things with Star Wars Battlefront is all the heroes we're going to be able to take control of. DICE have already made it pretty clear that heroes are not going to be as game-changing and overpowered as they were in Battlefront 1, with you being able to pretty much win games single-handed if you were good enough. Heroes will also have their own individual career paths, allowing you to earn and unlock new abilities to your favorite heroes or villains to help fit your personal playstyle. And we'll be able to have multiple heroes on the battlefront at the same time rather than just one at a time in Battlefront 1. But we're also going to get to control heroes across multiple eras of the Star Wars universe, with us taking control of Darth Maul, Yoda, Luke Skywalker, Kylo Ren, Rey, and so many more. Personally, I'm just hoping for the return of Boba Fett. Another thing to be aware of in Star Wars Battlefront 2 is that we're going to get to experience battles across the different eras of the Star Wars universe, like the Clone Wars or battles that happened a bit more recently in Episode 7, The Force Awakens. There's also the brand new planet Vardos, which is the first time we're seeing an Imperial city, so could bring back that urban combat that wasn't in Battlefront 1. You'll also see fan favorites like the Battle of Hoth and Endor Forest. We've yet to have many vehicles confirmed for Star Wars Battlefront 2 just yet, and we can expect to find out more at E3, so you're definitely going to want to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. But we can be sure X-Wings and TIE Fighters will return, and also from the trailer, we'll get things like Luke Skywalker's land speeder, as well as off a few pieces of concept art, we'll also see the return of the Armored Assault Tank from Episode 1, which makes sense as we know that droids will be a playable skin based off the Deluxe Trooper Edition image. We'll also get Tauntauns, which look like from the trailer that we'll be able to ram and kill enemies with them. We could also see the return of the Low Altitude Assault Transport from Episode 3 during the Clone Wars, which would be pretty awesome to use and take troops around the battlefield. Then of course you'll also get hero vehicles just like in Battlefront 1, like the new Millennium Falcon, Slave 1 and Obi-Wan's Delta 7. And of course, co-op will make a return in Star Wars Battlefront 2, as well as us being able to play with a friend on split screen, which I always love to do. But there we have it, everything that you need to know about Star Wars Battlefront 2. We're going to have loads more information and gameplay for you come E3, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and let us know what you think in the comments below. Drop a thumbs up and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!